This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by Stenkles, CAI.
Dave Ridley here, reporting in for RidleyReport.com. I am at the State House in Concord, New Hampshire right now, and I guess it's looking a little bright here, so I'm going to turn the iris down a little bit. I'm actually making my way over to the Legislative Office building right across the street here. Just going to do a little poking around, see if I can find some reps or senators to talk to about key issues that are on libertarian minds these days. It's January 30th, 2008.
All right, I'm in a hearing room right now where the reps have just gotten done listening to testimony on a House bill that would establish a division of Homeland Security within the Department of Safety, which runs the state troopers. Is director of the Department of Safety? Is
Assistant Commissioner.
Assistant Commissioner of the Department of Safety. My question would be: I saw this bill come up. I saw it yesterday on the internet, establishing a Department of Homeland Security for the state of New Hampshire. Is that the correct word?
The title of the bill is establishing a division of Homeland Security and Emergency Management. Right.
Okay. Now, my question would just be, for those of us who have watched the Department of Homeland Security at the national level, it's been kind of a boondoggle. And my question would be, how are we going to avoid that happening again at the New Hampshire level?
Okay, well, actually, what happened was in 2006, the legislature split off the Homeland Security and Emergency Management operation from the E911 operation. They split it off in the budget, and they split it off by statute, but they didn't go back and correct a lot of other little statutes that referred to operations still being, some of those operations still being in the 911 division. So this is really a cleanup bill that puts them where they belong, so that and it makes it clear that this is a division of Homeland Security and Emergency Management. There's a director, but it never really said it was a division.
Will this give any additional powers to the Department of Safety?
No.
Okay.
It just codifies what's already there, but it moves it from one division to another.
Did the original bill give it additional powers?
The original bill didn't. Several years ago, right after 911, there was a complete rewrite of emergency management and Homeland Security, and that did give additional powers at that time, but there had been nothing added as a result of this bill or the House Bill 2 action 2 years ago that gives any additional powers. Boondoggle, I hope not. Certainly, I think we performed very well in the floods in the Southwest a couple of years ago, southwestern part of the state, and hopefully we'll continue to do so, constrained as we are by a lot of the federal regs as well.
Well,
which we don't have much
control. If we weren't part of the union, I guess we wouldn't have that problem. But will there be any additional expense associated with Bill 1374, the new one?
No, it doesn't change the budget one iota. It's
okay.
Right where it is.
So it's basically just codifying what was already reality and making it clearer.
That's correct. It corrects conflicting portions of the statute that didn't carry over when they made the change.
If there was, now when we had the response in 2006, I think the general consensus was that by the standards of government response, this was pretty good, that we had the response that we had to the floods. Was all of this already in effect at that time, or is anything that will change between what happened at the floods and what's going to happen next?
The only difference was at the time of the floods, 911 and emergency management were all one agency headed by one person. Now they're headed by two different individuals, so hopefully it will provide more time. Not necessarily wouldn't affect the speed of the response to the floods, because I think that was handled very well, but it provides a lot more time and attention to planning, because you don't have one person running the E911 operation, which handles every emergency phone call in the state and the mapping of roads and everything for emergency phone call purposes, and also trying to do all the planning for disasters and emergencies. So it allows Director Pope to focus totally on that, and Director Cheney to focus totally on communications.
All right. Well, Mr. Sweeney, as always, appreciate your time.
Thank you, Dave.
By Stenkles, CAI. They're a company that does collections a whole new way. They know that not only do you want your money back, or they know that not only do you want your money, you You want to keep your customers, but you don't want to keep them cold. SACL CAI, they collect with respect.